The main man for putting out content for Coach Prime is his son, Deion Sanders Jr., and now he's getting praised for it. Finally, as I've said before, I was one of the first to say it. Give this man his flowers, put some respect on his name. Let's talk about it. Coach Prime's son, the oldest, Deion Sanders Jr., aka Osakin. He's been taking over social media so far for the last 2.5, 3 years since Coach Prime been at Jackson State. He's been able to get the inside look and show everybody what's going on with Coach Prime and the insights behind the scenes look of his program. Football, you got to meet players, you got to see what goes on ins and outs 24/7. It seemed like with Coach Prime's coverage, and he trusts his son. He called him Bucky after his dad, Deion Sanders Jr. granddad. And he came up as a football. Let's go back. If you don't know him, he's the oldest son of Coach Prime, like I said. Played at SMU, did his thing on the football field. Then he became an entrepreneur, got his well-off brand going, did some things on social media, and he's selling clothes and working with different artists and such, and also popped off his music. And then he had an opportunity to go to Jackson State and basically head up the social media department. Coach Prime assistant was there at the time. Also, he had Smack Entertainment there, and they were shooting a documentary basically. And what they got started, they were like, "Damn, we need to keep this going on a higher level." Hey, Bucky, I got a job for you. So he took it over, man. He did his thing, put his spin on it, showed from his point of view, his perspective, how he would do it. Not taking the long route, using these big cameras where you got to upload. Nah, we're going to use our phone like these kids want to see stuff right now nowadays. He took that approach, and it blew up Jackson State's social media, acquired new fans. People from around the country got behind it, and Coach Prime effect took off. And he was the catalyst behind it. He was the guy pushing it, and now he's getting praised for it, been featured in USA Today. And his music is taking off because he's smart enough to incorporate that and use it as a score in the background of all this stuff that he's shooting. All this content, the music that's going that you're usually, I'm using my own music. And it's relevant, and it works, and it has substance to it. Next time you're listening to or watching some content, make sure you listen to and notice the music in the background. That's mostly his music that he's been popping off. You got that Candy that he got. You got that Midgets that he got. You got Mary Had a Little Lamb. You got a bunch of different ones. The main one was the old school thing that Money O really took off. So with just these insights, a bunch of things you would never be able to see had he not had his cell phone there. Gilly the Kid, Wallow, #1 podcast in America, hip hop wise, they've been there supporting Coach Prime in Jackson State. A whole bunch of celebrities that he's been able to capture and link up with. It's all about networking. Now they're doing the same thing at the University of Colorado. Things going to keep going up as the University of Colorado had about 50,000 followers on their Instagram before the news of Coach Prime broke. Now look where they're at now. It went up over 100,000 within a month after he signed. So this is huge, man. Coach Prime's son is taking over. He can trust that he's going to put out the right type of content and show him in the right light. As he said before, though, we show everything. We got receipts for it all, baby. Deion Sanders Jr. can possibly turn this into a business by putting it out there for other colleges to do the same thing. He can put this in place for smaller schools who don't have this. He can show them the blueprint of how to do it. Now, other schools, they've had things like this. University of Alabama, they had behind-the-scenes stuff. But, of course, those schools, and before Coach Prime and before Deion Sanders Jr., they were limited on the things they showed you. They don't want to show you everything. We can't show you them working out. We can't show you coach in his office. We don't want to show you coach at his house. We're like, nah, we're not going to show you all that. But when Prime steps in, it's a different animal, baby. So that's why I say it could possibly work by putting it at other schools. Or is that coach going to be very interesting? Like, do you want to see what's going on with this coach over there at Western Salem, Eastern University? Maybe not. But the factor is Coach Prime. He happened to have his son right there in place. It just all fits in, man. And it can't be duplicated. It could be emulated and copied and all this other stuff, but it never will be duplicated quite the same. The thing is, though, the X factor is this is Coach Prime. This is prime time. Deion Sanders. It's been like this since no matter what team he went to, Eyeballs followed him. People wanted to see him. That's where the name Primetime came from. It must have been like that since high school, because that's when he got the name. And it carried on. And it's still going on. Coach Prime. People want to see him, whether it's win or lose, fail or whatever. And his son is smart enough to put himself in position to execute these things, to not be lazy, to get up when his dad is getting up, to be on time, to hurry here, hurry there. Do it professionally. If there's nobody that's executing the game plan, he is. And now people are responding. You have people watching it just like they used to watch all of these other internet shows and send in, like the Casey Nasdaq's, where he used to open up the packages, the fan mail. Same thing now. People are watching this daily, and they're sending in packages to the CU office. And hey, man, look at my product. Hey, you need this. You said this on your vlog. Hey, I want to promote this because I know you have eyeballs. And that's the way that it's used for recruiting. You got parents, grandparents, and the players watching this media every day, and they're like, hey, I think I want my son to go to Colorado and be with Coach Prime, and then they know what they're doing. You feel me? Who wouldn't? You'd be crazy if you wouldn't. Shout out to Deion Sanders Jr., a.k.a. Osakin, and everything y'all doing, man. Well off forever. Long live well off. Let me know what you think. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff we're about to say. Peace and love. Yeah.